I guess that's how we're gonna do it. Start it, keep going, run it. Nothing else. You tell me.
Still waiting for it to load, man.
I know it sometimes it take a little bit on that one. See, you might not understand what I'm saying, but if you listen real close, you will get what I'm saying. If you listen to what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Let's go. I'm all up in these streets like I am dope. I say off in these streets like I am dope. I move that word around like it fits dope. I'm so fresh, so clean, I am dope. Dope, dope, dope. I say off in these streets like I am dope. Dope, dope, yeah. I'm talking number Christ. Yeah, I'm about that life. They say you too Christian. I say show you right. I'm like Dolomite. About to hit the streets tonight and move that word around like if it is some pure white. Some say I'm rude. Some say I'm cool. I'm just dope, dope, dope. That mean I'm that dude. I just spread the word around. That's just what I do. I'm all up in these streets like I am dope. I say off in these streets like I am dope. I move that word around like it fits dope. I'm so fresh, so clean, I am dope. Dope, dope, dope. I say off in these streets like I am dope. Dope, dope, dope. I stay so much off in the streets, they think I'm selling. But I ain't going back like DMX off in Billy. Plus I'm a two-time felon, ain't got time for playing. And I'ma spread the word, homie, I don't care what y'all saying. Look at me, dope. Look at you, no. What I teach, hope. You just a slippery zone. I'm all up in these streets like I am dope. I say off in these streets like I am dope. I move that word around like it fits dope. I'm so fresh, so clean, I am dope. Dope, dope, dope. I say off in these streets like I am dope. Dope, dope, dope. What's happening? What's happening? This is Chosen, and welcome to the Nah For Real, where everything we do is
Nah, for real.
Hey, listen, y'all already know what time it is, man. Today is the day. It's the last day of marriage month, man, and we got a lot of guests here. We got one guest that is gonna be on the way here in just a little bit, and then we got everybody else that's here. We're gonna let y'all introduce yourself, and then we'll go from there.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? This your man, what happens at times? Tick, 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 tick.
Hey everybody, my name is Arearea Nicole, and I am the wife of What Happens at Times.
This your mic here.
Okay.
Oh.
What's up, everybody? I am Stephanie Mays. I'm 1/4 of the A team group Amaze, AMAYZ.
So listen, y'all. We got Wet back here. He said he was coming back, so we got him back here. We got Stephanie here. Finally got over here. It's hard to get them over here, especially when they do what they do. They both do music, so it's hard to get people over here when we want them over here or whatever. But they are here in the building, and we are here to talk about marriage month. We have What and his wife. What is your name again? I'm horrible with names, so please forgive me.
It's Era, E-R-A.
You got a nickname?
It's too short for a nickname.
Okay. Man, Era, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try and remember that one. So we have What and Era, and we have Stephanie. Stephanie is single. What and Era is married. I am married. And then we have Chantel, which is divorce. And we're going to get into this thing right off the bat. We just going to get into it. And I'm going to ask everybody, just like I started on the last one. Why do you think divorce? No, first of all, are you happy to be married? Are you happy to? Well, we got to go into prayer, right? I'm just ready to go. Okay, we're gonna go into prayer. We're gonna go into prayer. What if you want to lead us into it, man?
Okay.
All right.
Father God, we just thank you so much for this day. We thank you for your grace and mercy that has surrounded us and kept us, Lord. We repent to you right now for all of our sins and shortcomings, God. We ask you to cover them in the blood of your son, Jesus, and throw them in the lake of forgiveness, Father God. We ask that you bless everyone that's here and also bless the young lady that's on the way. And we pray in the name of Jesus that you join in on these conversations, that someone that hears it, their lives will be changed, impacted, encouraged. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, that's what's happening, y'all. Hey, listen, we're gonna get right into it. Are you happy to be married? And are you happy to be single? Or are you happy to, well, we can't say the voice shit, but are you happy to be married and single?
Who's gonna take off?
Who's gonna go first?
Me? Yeah, I actually am. I mean, I do have the desire to be married, but I'm pretty content at where I am right now. Pretty content.
What? Yeah?
Yeah. Well, go ahead, baby.
I would say definitely happily married. When it's the right marriage, it will be a happy marriage.
But yeah, exactly what she said. You know what I mean? I'm definitely happily married, but I have to pose the question.
Okay.
Is marriage really about happiness?
It better be. I'm just gonna be 100 about it. Listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. I feel like I have more happy days than I do
That's cool.
bad days. So,
That's cool.
but when you do get them bad days, boy, you be like, "Whoo!" But you know, it's on you. What you think?
But I'm gonna be honest with you. Happiness is a result of you doing what God has called us to do. You can't be in a marriage and saying with the mindset like, oh, this is going to make me happy. And if it doesn't make you happy, then what? You out. Happiness is very, very small, minute percentage of it. And I know. Listen, bro.
All right, I go ahead.
Is this why me and baby want to come? I'm telling you,
yeah.
This marriage thing is beyond us.
Oh yeah.
You feel me?
Oh yeah.
And the stuff that we have tapped into, blessed to be tapped into, it is accepted. I'm gonna say it's accepted behind closed doors, but also it is very challenging.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
you're right.
We get the wrong idea. We get the wrong idea about marriage. No, I'm sorry. Show. Go ahead.
No, man. This is not for real. Do you? Because the question is gonna come. I'm telling you.
I'm saying,
go ahead.
It's deep.
They're saying they can't hear.
Because you got them. It's the cameras. Turn the cameras.
Tell Tay to say something.
Tay, can you hear us? Turn it on.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, that's what it is. So you have to go in there and turn it down. Sorry, y'all.
All right.
Ooh, I can't
Take off.
Yeah, go ahead. I can't stand that. Go ahead. It's on you. I know you can't stand it either. Good.
Yeah,
we got feedback, y'all. We got a serious feedback. There it is, right there. All right. Boom. There you go.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Tay, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, he said, "What's up, bro? How you doing?" You just
sucked
it.
Yeah.
You low, man. You very low. You very low, Tay.
How about that? That's good.
Yeah, that's great. All right. So what I was saying was, what we have learned about marriage is from different variables, right? Some people learned about marriage from what they saw growing up.
Yeah.
Some people learned about marriage from Zane books. Come on, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Some people learned about marriage from aunties and uncles, grandmoms, this, that, and the fourth, this, that, and the third. Sorry. So, and then some people have the misconception about marriage when it comes down to the scripture.
Yeah.
The number one killer is if you can't sustain from fornicating, you should get married because it's better to get married than to burn in hell. right?
Not true, but
I
go
know,
ahead.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The scripture
yeah.
that stands, and people take that and use that as a reason to get into a marriage.
Yeah.
But they don't understand that the marriage is a covenant, right? And the marriage should symbolize God's relationship.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Preach,
because
brother.
he's coming back for his bride, right?
Yeah.
So if you're talking about getting into a relationship, your marriage, you have to look at it from the aspect of how Jesus would do it. So I was talking to one of my homeboys today, and we was talking about some serious. He said some serious things. You just take this for instance. Jesus allowed people to spit on him because he was honoring the covenant that he had with his father. He was being obedient.
Yep.
Right. So if we're in a marriage and our spouse is doing something that's equivalent to spitting on us, how do we react?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So the whole premise of being married has been construed from a lot of areas, and it's not enough knowledge and not enough victorious proof that marriage is what's up.
Yeah.
People go through it and they'll broadcast it. They'll make people feel like, I don't want that. Who want to do that?
Yeah.
But the same people that see you go down should be the same people that see you come up.
Yeah.
So you should not broadcast only the bad stuff. You have to broadcast
both.
The good stuff as
That
well.
ain't right. That ain't right. See, and my thing is, what people fail to realize is that, like you brought up the thing about God being spit on, that's because God had agape love.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to have. And we don't, and like you said, a lot of people get married because they are sexually attracted. And then when that stop, or not even that stop, the person get fat, or the person no longer can do that. What do you do then? You see what I'm saying? And that's why I think some people, I ain't gonna say certain, everybody, I think everybody needs to go through like, some people ain't supposed to be married. Let's just be 100. Some people ain't supposed to be married. Some people are. Some people ain't. But the ones who are just quick to jump, why are you doing it? Like, let's answer that question quick and answer it and dig deep. Why are you getting married? But at the same time, you have Stacy that's single. Are you happy being single, or you want to be married? Stephanie, I'm sorry. I'm telling y'all, but I'm super bad with names, I'm being honest. And I know you 100, but I'm just bad. But go ahead, though.
But for me, it's both. I do have the desire to be married, but I am happy. And I mean, I didn't always start off in that position. I always desired marriage more than I do now. Like, I still want to be married, but it took me a while to get to this place where I'm happy where I am. And like, I'm good. If it doesn't happen, I'm okay. If it does, I'm okay. And I had to grow to this point though. I had to learn myself, and I had to find my purpose. And it's kind of like what you said. It's more than, just loving that person, because that can die.
Yeah.
So you gotta love you first. And that's where I am.
So my thing is, people are saying that they are better off not being married. And I get it. And they're saying that some are saying the reason why is because either women are too angry. I'm just being 100. People, either the women are angry, or the male is still a boy, or money, or kids. And what I mean by that is, when the woman get a divorce, or if the woman get a divorce, she gets the money, the kids, and all this control. Or the woman is making more money than the man now, so she don't respect him like she should respect him. And this is why we are going into divorce now, or a lot of reasons why divorce is happening big now. But again, like we said, y'all said, everyone, I think you need to find out what's really up with the female and male that you say you want to marry. Like, why? Is it lust, or is it real love? You get what I'm saying? But my thing is, how do y'all feel about the situation of let's get to this point. How do you feel about the situation when a woman takes and get the kids and the money? How do you feel about that?
That part of it.
I mean, like child support or something.
Yeah, child support. And do you think you kind of low, Tay? But yeah, child support. Do you think the woman should get it? And if she do get it, do you think she should hold just what you think about that first, and then we'll get into other questions with that and why.
Well, I will say, my issue with the whole child support, I don't have a problem with it because I feel like the man should take care of his kids. But my problem with it is the women. You have the women that the child support. They a lot of them look at it as another paycheck, to where I don't know, that they don't have to go to work, they don't have to do anything, and a lot of time the money don't go to the kids like it should. Um, and I think that's the flaw in this whole the whole child support thing or whatever. It's not used for the right reasons. And I know a lot of women. I've known some women who actually has gotten child support or have had kids, and end up getting child support. The first thing they on their mind, what that's on their mind is child support or whatever. I do believe a man should take care of his child, one way or the other. Um, now, I feel like the child support is a way to. I don't know. It is hard. It's hard to say because a lot of something that get looks over or never really get much attention. There are men out there who do take care of their kids the right way, but women, not all women, but a lot of women just looking at the whole child support thing and still try to put them on child support and don't really know um what that man is always what's going through his mind, what's going through. A lot of times a man don't even have, sometimes a lot of like dudes don't have a job, but they still try to put them on child support. What it becomes not about that child anymore and more about just anger, towards one another. So that a lot of I feel like a lot of times women use the child support thing, one for money reason, and second, um, as a way to get back at that guy for whatever reason, and it has nothing to do with the kid at all. So I don't have a problem with the child support. It just I feel like it should be more into more investigation, more put into the whole. Okay, do this person actually deserve the child support, actually need the child support, or for other ways, other avenues in order for that guy to, possibly take care of that child if he, more than if he's not willing to take care of his child. Yeah, I feel like it should be, but I feel like there should be like a kind of like a watch some kind of way to where you can show this is going to benefit this child in some type of way.
So do you think so do y'all think that do you think the kids should have a say so in where they go?
Where they live?
Yeah, where they live. What if the kid have a better relationship with the father than he do the mom?
I don't think the kids should necessarily have a say so. They might have a small input, but it's what's beneficial for the children, because just because a kid tend to like one parent more, that doesn't necessarily mean that that is the parent that they need on a day to day. You know what I mean? That can really take care of them and pour into them like they need be. So that could be maybe just a fun parent or the parent that they like because that's who lets them get away with anything. So that's probably why they want to go over to dad's house all the time. But they need structure, they need discipline, they need education, they need all these different things. And so it's more to what the kids like to do, is what's in the best interest overall for the child. And so, the two parents should be able to sit down and have that conversation and see, well, how can we, work this out and see what's the best interest for the child overall.
So what do you think about the child support?
I think it's unfortunate, because when I met my husband, I was a single mom of 5. I had 5 children, so I'm really familiar with that whole child support thing. But I just think that, just like women have to look at red flags, men have to look at red flags too. So you need to know who you laying down with, who you marrying, and the type of character of this woman that eventually possibly could put you in this type of situation. So, it's unfortunate all the way around. I do feel like it is necessary for the child support, but if he somehow can control it more, or go to the courts and make sure that, hey, my child support is being used for these specific things, then I feel like, it's okay. But I mean, it's a tough situation because I was in a situation where I needed child support and I couldn't get the child support. So, a lot of women are dealing with a lot of guys who's not taking care of their kids, and they go to the courts and they have to go and fight through all these different battles, and, they're struggling with their kids. And so when the women get an opportunity to get the child support, they taking advantage, they're taking full advantage of it, which is unfortunate. But a lot of women go through these issues with child support where men don't take care of their kids and they leave the woman hanging. They leave the children hanging. And so they are going to the courts with a vendetta. They're trying to, get him any way possible because look what you did to me. Look what you're doing to, look what you did to our kids. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. I don't agree with it. Like when the women go and, maliciously try to, take from the man and keep the kids away, use the kids as a pawn. I don't agree with that at all. But I just think that, overall, before you get into a situation like that, we got to know what we're dealing with, like as far as people. Like who would this woman, you got to know who you sleeping with. You can't just be focused on how she looks and the lust and all those different things in the moment. Like men see red flags too, but sometimes because how she looks and how they make her feel, how they make him feel at that time, they, go on and then they have a baby with her, and now she's a crazy woman, she's a monster, and she's ruining his life.
Yeah. Steph?
Exactly.
I mean, I don't have the experience with that, but I do know that there are people that do take advantage of the whole child support thing, and it's not right. Honestly, if the two parents could work things out, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
That would be best, and you don't even have to go to court. You just take care of your kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why is it that I'm trying to see how to ask this? Do you have something, Tay, before we go into this, or G? Giovanni's in the background, y'all, today controlling the
Now I was just gonna say, yeah, kind of like what she was saying. It's unfortunate, and like I said, I just wish it was a way to, make sure it's being used for the right reasons, the right way, to benefit the child and the mother in the right ways, rather than it just being like a money grab or whatnot.
So why do you think people, besides sexual desire, what's another reason you think that people rush into getting married?
Stability.
Stupidity. You said stability? I was going to say stupidity. Stability,
They
stupidity.
So, okay. Stupidity.
Yeah, and saying like, unfortunately, she's a.
I'm just speaking from a woman's perspective.
Yeah, women, they need that security type deal, and
besides the ones that make more money than the male, they feel that they don't. So
yeah.
So what do y'all feel about that? And then we're gonna get into something real.
Well, like I said, it's stupidity. Because what I have learned is that in order for you to one way in order for you to be successful in your marriage is that your life with God has to be right.
Yeah.
You have to have this right before it can go out this way. Because if you don't realize that you've been forgiven, how can you forgive?
Yeah.
If you don't realize you have had grace, how can you give grace?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people get into situations prematurely, and then they get themselves in a bind, and then they want to exit.
So when a woman comes into the relationship and she's scorned, and I don't want to just say woman because you have men that scorn too, but I think anyway. But when a woman comes in and she's scorned, right? My thing is we've got to get to the point where we got to understand that when you are single, it's cool. And what I mean by that is it's cool to do you when you're single. But once you become married, there's some things that you got to cut off that tree that you have grown.
Absolutely.
And what I have seen is that, well, I'm going to say both parties
Mm-hmm.
feel like they can still do them.
Yeah.
Or they can still be what they used to be or walk the way they used to walk.
Yeah.
To and still be one, and that's not so.
That's not
and
so.
I think that's the thing that we have to get through the generational head, or anyone who's married or want to get married, is that you got to realize now there's certain things that you might like now, and there's certain things that you might mess around and do now that you're gonna have to cut off. You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
Unless you meet that woman who is just like you and y'all both enjoy the same things, and that's that's real rare.
And
so
and that's bound to tear up too.
Yeah, and that's bound to tear up because some, you know what I'm saying, some gonna happen. But even if you do find that woman, it's you still gotta give a little bit, and you gotta be able to learn.
See, that's that what you're saying. It hit different, and I'm gonna say the reason why it hit different because it goes back to why do people get married? Do you purposely get married like God has led you, and this is purposeful, or do you do stuff out of your own will?
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Because when like you got to understand what God's plan is. Whole thing since the Adam and Eve, right?
Yeah.
When the Adam and Eve messed up, whatever the full story is, right? God being on a mission to get us back into his presence. That's his whole plan. That's why he sent Jesus, right? So you got to understand that when you get married, that this person is the closest person to you. So God is going to use that person to bring things out of you that you wouldn't have normally brought up. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To get you right to live in the kingdom with him.
Yep.
But see, we'll look at that spouse as a problem when they're only being an instrument to shape us up to get us to a place to be with God.
Especially when we sit and say, God, take over, do what you got to do to groom me.
Right.
We don't understand what we're saying when we say that. And then next thing you know that the little kid or the wife or the mom or whoever comes in, and now God said, okay, that's what you want. Bam, watch this. And then next thing you know is now you can't stand that person. You hate this, and why God letting this happen to you? But you just asked for God to groom you.
Right.
You just asked for him to take the things that are not for the things that are not good, take them out.
Right.
And we forget about that.
Right.
We forget that we just asked God that, and then we'll walk out the house and act like everything good, but then bam, it hits us. You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, back to what you were saying though. You go. I just want to throw that.
Oh man,
that part in there.
It's like I said, man. It's really deep.
Yeah,
it's deeper than people realize. You know what I'm saying? And when you say like for instance, like when you give your life to the Lord, you no longer look the same. No longer do you do the things you used to do.
Yeah.
Some of the things may take a little longer than others.
Yeah.
But you start to see a shaving.
Yeah.
So that means that every situation you find yourself in, it shapes you. You understand? It shapes you. It forms you in some kind of way. So when you get into a marriage, why do you not think the same thing would happen?
Yeah.
Why would you think that you can still be over here but act like you over there?
Exactly.
You can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you are a representation.
Yeah.
You become a representation of God.
Yeah.
He created he and she, right? So in God is he and she.
Yep.
So when he and she come together, you are an image of God.
Right.
So you cannot be acting up in these streets when you're supposed to be an image of God.
Exactly.
You can't be wilding on Facebook when you're supposed to be an image of God. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing is, what you have to realize is when you're married, you are being a light to the ones that are not married.
Right.
Yep.
So when you're sitting there acting stupid or ignorant, the single people looking like, nah, I don't want that. If it's like that, no. You know what I mean?
I'm grand on that.
When they don't understand that, there's marriage out there that's got a great life. And I'm not saying I have never seen a marriage that didn't go through. I think you have to go through to become where you need to be at now. Them first 10 years, 15 years, you have to grow. You know what I'm saying? You have to grow so you can enjoy the next, 15, 20, 30 years or whatever it is that come with it. And that's what people fail to realize. And it's the single or the youth or whoever look at that, and when they see all that, how they say that tomfoolery, when they see that happen, they look at the situation like, why would I want to get married? Like, what is the point of getting married when you got a headache every day?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
The problem
That's why
is,
people don't.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now you go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's your world.
I said, and yeah, that's why people don't realize how sacred that is, marriage.
Yeah.
How serious it is, and a lot of people just think it's like they want to live this, get married, they have this vision for themselves to get married, do this and do that, have this fairy tale happy ever after life, and it's not that way.
Yeah.
You can be very happy in a marriage, but like you said, you go through. And I remember before I got married, when I got engaged, I would tell my brothers or whatever, these are ones you haven't met yet, chosen. I remember I used to tell my brother, I was like, man, I said, hey, I'm getting married or whatnot. And he was, I don't know if he was married at the time, but I do know he was separated or whatever. And he used to say, man, you sure? You sure about that? and deep down, I didn't know exactly what he what he meant by that. I did know you went through. There was stuff that that was a possibility. It might work, it may not work, or whatever. And people used to tell me, man, it's forever. I was like, yeah. Like I said, I didn't have anybody to tell me fully about marriage. My mom and dad, they never got a divorce, but they separated twice, maybe 3 times. And that was all the way from when I was a little kid. So I didn't fully know the whole marriage thing. Didn't really get a good look at it growing up. So, but I did tell myself, made it clear to myself, I knew it was going to be hard. I knew it was going to be a long road.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up on it. Whatever we went through, we just went through. We had to go through it together. And and I can't look back now. I can say, looking at how I was 9 years ago before I got married, 9 years ago, and now the way I used to talk, the way I used to act, certain ways, even raising my children, I can't say if I had not gotten married, I would not have changed or grown, the way I have. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. You just, as long as you got to understand what it is. And I will say that's the church's fault there.
I was just finna hit there.
That's the church's fault.
Yeah.
We don't, the church do not groom members or young people growing up. They don't talk about that stuff like that the way they should. I was blessed to be able to have counseling before I got married. It wasn't a full blown, 3-4 week counseling, but it was something to let us know that, hey, this is forever, and through good and through bad, you got to stick together, keep God in it. Always first, man.
Yeah. See, here's my thing. Like you said, even with the church, that's what I was going to hit at. I think the church dropped the ball.
Yeah.
No one else did.
On a lot of things.
On a lot. Especially this marriage thing. And I'm going to tell you why. Well, especially on everything. But on this marriage thing, man, because it was, you love her? You love him? Okay, let's set up the marriage. It wasn't, okay, you love him? Okay, why do you love him? Okay, do you understand that she might get up one day and it's that time of the month and she ain't trying to hear it? Or do you realize that she might not want you physically anymore? Or just maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, you might get some. Or just being 100, like, no one is telling you this. No one is telling you, listen, you plan on having kids? Okay, well, your kids right now, they're 100% of your time. You get what I'm saying? Like, you might get 5% of some time with her, but them kids gonna get this, and that until they move out. Or that you're gonna be up all types of nights, or not even all types of nights. You're gonna be in and out. The job gonna get harder because now you got kids, so now you might have to work a little bit more. She might have to work because right now she ain't work. They ain't saying none of this. None of that. And they're not telling anybody. And my thing is, I think it should be, I don't know, like 3 months, 6 months course, and put them through some tests, like some real tests, because
Some real
people
tests,
don't understand that
scenarios.
life is real. And when you have, like, okay, it's easy to say, it's easy for you two to say, or me and my wife to say, okay, I don't want to be around you. But when you got kids, you can't do that. You get what I'm saying? They still got to grow. You still got to feed them. You still got to teach them. And if you're teaching them something that's totally different than what your wife is teaching them, something's up. And what I mean by that is you all should be on the same level, or should be on a level where you say, okay, well, how do you feel before y'all even discuss with the kids? And it should be a mutual thing the way y'all go into it. But we not told that. We're just told that the male is alpha, so when he speaks, it's supposed to go his way.
Man, listen,
I'm just saying, that's what we're told.
Man,
You're
right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. But to support that, even, and I do support everything that you said. Even if they don't have counseling, as a couple, I think the man needs counseling because the man is responsible
for everything.
And see, that's the thing that men don't understand.
Yeah.
They are the gatekeeper. They don't understand that position of a gatekeeper. You are at the gate. That means that when it swang open, you are the one that opened it.
Yeah.
So, right? So you are supposed to open that gate and allow Jesus to come in and run rampant in your house.
That's right.
So when the gatekeeper is not at the gate, we can break in there.
Yeah.
We can go in there.
So
Any spirit can go in there and run rampant through the family.
Right.
So you got to understand that when you take on that I do, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
This is what you have to do. This is a dedication of your life. Sometimes you got to be up 2-3 o'clock in the morning warring for your wife.
Yeah.
She might be sleeping like an angel, but you covering her.
Yeah.
You understand? You cover her when she might not even know how to cover herself.
Yeah.
You have to be there for her when she don't know how to do things for you.
Yeah.
And feel good about it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So the man is the one that has to have a lot of counseling.
Yeah.
And support.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I do think the woman should have, counseling too. I have a community called Wife Tribe. It's a community for single, engaged, and married women. The point of the community is to equip women and assist them in becoming virtuous women, because there's so many women that want to be married and want to have a fairy tale wedding, but they don't really understand the real meaning of what a wife means from a biblical perspective. And so this community is to basically help train women, and just prepare them to intercede on the behalf of their godly husband, because just a lot of women don't know what they're doing, in their marriage. And a lot of women I see out there in social media, just because they look good or just because they have the money, like you were saying, they think they automatically wifey material. That doesn't necessarily make you wifey material just because you're able to make $1, and just because that your body, your stomach flat, and you sexy.
Yeah.
So,
get out of here. Get out of here.
You could be the worst one.
Hey,
like for real.
2 trips at Longhorn, that body gonna change.
Yeah. And even if it don't, you still could be the worst.
The worst, man.
One. For real.
Man, listen. It's man, you have to do a real detox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You was tapping on earlier. What do you do when the person is broken?
Man.
They broken. They don't need to be in a relationship.
Yeah, but see, that's the part. When you by yourself, your brokenness is is hid kind of. You know what I'm saying? So when you get in a relationship, then you find out all this broken pieces.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even know you broken sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
so
right.
That, the only way, and here I go again, God is preparing and shaping us up to live in the kingdom with him.
Yeah.
So with your brokenness, it has to be a God-sent individual, whether it's man or woman, on, I'm saying the opposite, the opposite, to be able to withstand that. We have to get really in a habit of asking God everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, down to the simple stuff.
Yeah. People don't realize that.
God, should I drive this way?
Yeah.
Right.
Which grocery store should I go to?
Yeah.
Walmart or Kroger?
Yeah.
How much should I take with me?
Yeah.
Some people say that's stupid, but you got to understand you're building a relationship and you're showing God how much you depend on him.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to getting your spouse, it'll be a no-brainer. You say, hey, God, is this for me or no?
Yeah.
And then when you do, and the stuff goes sour or something in that relationship upsets you, you have that to stand on, that God is the one that put you there.
Yeah.
You didn't come here because of no booty. You ain't come here because of no six-pack or no status or any of that. You understand? That's what you call married with a purpose.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't getting married with a purpose. They're just getting married. You understand?
Like you said,
They're just getting married. That's it.
Nah, for real.
For real. I'm telling you.
That's
They need
it.
to
And when you
hear-
do
yeah.
go through
Yeah.
stuff,
And
you know
that's
you'll
it.
be able to make it through that as well.
Exactly.
Like you said, waited on that, and you know God put you in that situation.
Yeah. Man, we
So-
had I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you.
No. Go ahead.
We had a church. They know the church, but we had a church. And I'm so big on the churches dropping the ball on a lot of stuff. Like, we ain't even begun to flip rocks yet. But we had a church that they had this old make-believe marriage type thing where they picking the people in the church
And hooking them
for
up.
you to marry.
Boy, get out of here.
For you to marry, like, oh, that's you.
Boy,
Not
out of here.
understanding, like,
You mean for real?
You
Like,
finna
yeah,
make- you
yeah,
finna make-
for real.
you
For
finna
real.
make the
Ask,
counter-
ask Monique them about
You
it.
finna make the
I
counter
think
real
I
rich.
grew- the church I grew up.
You
Yeah.
finna make the counter real
Yeah.
rich because they
Yeah.
finna be down there divorcing like a mother.
That's right. No, it's already
I've seen
happened.
that.
It's already happened.
It's already
Oh
happened.
man, get
Almost
out.
every last one on.
Almost
But what
every
I'm
last
but what
one.
I'm saying
Wow.
is they were so busy trying to put them together. 90% put together. 99% put together.
Wow.
1% teaching that what's gonna happen is you're not gonna be happy all the time. This person not gonna be this person all the time. And we had that going on in the church, and that's how they did. And it was like, and then they get upset or angry if you refuse, or if you like, nah, that's not, I want to go the other way. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to, I ain't feeling nobody here. I want to go outside of here.
Yeah.
And they love this, don't get with nobody that's unequally yoked. And they take that and throw that so far right, and it ain't got nothing. Anyway, so
bro, no, go.
Listen.
Tell them about
Yeah,
it. Yo,
no,
tell them, okay.
yeah, but that's I don't want to get onto
Okay,
that.
all right.
When you know what I'm saying, I want to
Yeah,
stay
I got
here.
you.
I want to stay here.
Oh,
That's a
man.
whole nother topic.
Oh, yeah.
But nah, man. But the thing is that, like you said, man, the marriage thing is people got to understand that this marriage thing is bigger than just saying I love you, or bigger than just saying this is, like, if you really ask somebody, like, okay, we're gonna do this. Why did you get married? You get what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna be 100 with, why did you get married? And you're the same for your wife. Like, why did you get married? Like, what's the reason you got married? Yeah, that's the question.
Oh,
that's the question.
It was God's plan for my life.
Okay.
It was God's plan for my life. But I had to do it His way. Marriage is good.
Yeah.
It wasn't. When I met my wife, it was different for me. I had been through some situations prior to my wife, and it was rough. When I talk about asking God to help you or to do this for, is another type of world. I was so messed up, and I realized, and this thing about being messed up, and this not to make myself sound any kind of way, but if you talking to God who already know all, you might as well be 10-0. You understand? So when I'm talking to God, I'm telling God, hey, look, I make horrible decisions.
Yeah.
And those decisions based on those decisions were based on something I didn't even know about myself.
Yeah.
I can tap on this just a little bit. When my dad got a divorce, I was like 11.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the baby boy. I got
Yeah.
an older brother.
Yeah.
Kind of look like him,
Mm-hmm.
actually. For real.
That's crazy.
So I was the one that she woke up when she wanted to go walking. She wanted to go to grocery stores. She'll wake me up. Some days I would come home. She would sit on the side of the bed and be crying.
Mm.
And I didn't even know why she was crying, but I'd go sit on the side of the bed and cry with her.
Yeah.
Not knowing what was going on.
Yeah.
In that, I develop a heart for broken women.
Mm.
I develop a heart for chicks that I feel like needed help. Unknowingly.
Unknowingly,
right?
yeah.
Unknowingly.
Yeah.
So I found myself in these situations. And it ended up destroying me because I had to realize that type of mending, God can only do that.
Yeah.
That type of repair, God can only do that.
Mm.
You understand? So I had an honest conversation with God, and I told God, look, I make horrible decisions.
Mm.
If you want this for me, you're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
And see, that's one thing that we all have to get to a point in our life. You have to take your hands off of it.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
let God do what he do.
You're right.
So when I met my wife is that instrument. Do I love her? I clip her toenails. I love it. You know what I'm saying? And love is an understatement, how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I understand the assignment.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So why did I get married? Because I understood what God has for me.
Mm.
And that's part of it. I can't get to where he has for me to go without it.
Mm.
Because when we joined together, I'm talking about to the roof. And I ain't talking about putting up no Christmas lights up there. I'm talking about up there.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah.
Not saying we don't disagree, but it don't hit the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
It don't hit the same.
Don't hit the same. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. G, you got some comments too.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
Go ahead, baby.
As for me, I felt like I was also called to it. God spoke to me like in my early 20s. He told me I was going to be a pastor's wife long time ago. And in that particular situation, when I was in that particular season in my life, I didn't see it. I was a single mom, 5 kids, just escaped a domestic situation. I was running for my life. So I was just going through, and he spoke that to me, and I had like maybe 12 years of struggling before I even came to meet my husband. But I had a lot of growing to do. I had a lot of work to do, like self-work. A lot of women just, they want to just jump into these relationships, but they don't do like the work within themselves. And so God was working on me, and I was working on myself for about 12 years. And then he showed me 2016, he was preparing me for my husband. He was actually giving me some I'm not going to get all into that because I talk about that all the time, but I'm not going to talk about that. The confirmation that he had gave me in 2016, and then my husband appeared in 2018. But definitely call to it. I prayed in my specific prayer when I was fasting and praying for my spouse. I said, God,
say that again.
When I was fasting and praying for my spouse
that you didn't have.
That I didn't have.
See?
What?
No,
they need to hear that. What? Say that one more time.
Yeah,
you was doing what?
I was fasting and praying.
Okay.
Constantly, for my spouse. I was writing things down, the things that I wanted in my spouse. And I was like, I had met so many different type of men, and I said, no, he don't have to have this, he don't have to have that. I need him to be a real man of God, because if he's a real man of God, then all those things is going to be added. I don't have to worry about anything else. So I'm not looking for the car and all these different things that a lot of women look to, the bank account. I'm looking for a real man of God, because I know if I have that, I'm going to get everything I need in that marriage. And of course, he appeared. So
boom.
What a woman had to do, and I'm not just saying this, but I'm being real. A woman had to let a man lead. When she see he not leading right, then I understand why you step in. But you first have to let him lead. And that's what why you why did you get married?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I was man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I was not looking to get married. Um, at some point, I knew. Okay, I did want to get married at some point in my life. The time I got married, the age I got married, I did not think or have any clue I would get married at that age, which was what was it, 22, I think. Um, yeah, I wasn't. I was I was living my life, man, when I first went to college, and I tell my wife this all the time about a friend I had while I was in college. I talked him out of getting married to his fiance. Um, I
Wow.
just said, I was
How
like,
you sleep
man,
at night?
it ain't gonna happen. She was, and God turned, I guess he turned that back on me. She was, she was from Mexico. So I would tell him, man, look, man, she ain't doing it but marrying you to get a green card. I was saying this type of stuff. I talked him out of doing it. He was engaged, and I, by me talking to him before I know, he came back to me and said, man, I'm not getting married or whatever. Like, whew, good, because we was cool. We was real tight, man. I was like, shoot, he get married. We ain't gonna have nobody to hang out with.
Oh, that's selfish, T.
We was it was very selfish because he was one of my like we was always together, man, doing all type of stuff together, man. And I marriage was far from my mind, and I wanted maybe like 2 or 3 years later, I I met my wife. No, it wasn't even that long. It was probably like a year later. I met a year later. I met my wife to be. Didn't know she was going to be my wife. But at some point, I knew because I did pray. I like she said, I did pray as well. That God, I was like, Lord, God, you gonna have to do something because I'm out here, um, doing anything and everything that I can put my mind to do. I know where I came from. I know what my mom stood for, what my dad stood for. But I did pray. I was like, God, I do want to get married one day. But you're gonna have to find me the person because I know I'm gonna find the wrong person. Especially the places I'm hanging out at. For people, going here and going there. Man, I was going to 21 and older clubs, like big clubs downtown Atlanta at age 18 because I like where I worked at. I knew the security, and the security's that work where I worked at. He worked different clubs, different high end clubs in the city of Atlanta, and he was like, man, come on down here, man. You get off, come on down here, and I got you. I'll let you in. And sure enough, everywhere he went, he would let me in. I would see all type of women, man. But I was like, God, you gonna have to find me something because I know I'm end up in the wrong place. I'm gonna end up with the wrong woman, and this ain't gonna work out. I know, and God dealt with me on a lot of things, and He sent me my wife. And when I knew I was ready to get married, because we was talking for about it. We met in 2010. We talked for a few years. She told me she was leaving. She told me she was moving away to Texas. and the first thing went to my mind, I was like, oh my God. It really hit me then.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, if she go to Texas, I'm not gonna see her anymore.
Yeah.
Well, like that's a long way. And I'm afraid if she leave, I might get out there and do any and everything that I was doing again. And I know I loved her. So I asked my mom, I called my mom. I said, Mom, what do you think about me asking Monique to marry me? She's like, my mom always been supportive of those type of things because my dad had passed around that time.
Yeah.
And she would always tell me, as long as I feel like it's right, I know it's right, go for it. So that moment I knew I needed to get married. I wanted to get married, and I knew it was God who had, sent me her.
Yeah.
Or whatnot.
Can I ask a question?
Like I said, I always wanted to get married,
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Not at the time I did.
I just want to know, like, what do men dread about marriage? You know, when they have these conversations with their boys and it's like, you know, they say, don't do it, don't do it.
Oh,
What
I can
is
tell you
it?
that.
What is it that they're
Being tied
dreading?
down.
I can tell you
Why
that.
is it that marriage, like for women, it's looked when a girlfriend says she's about to get married, it's like a celebration and the women are going crazy. She's hit this milestone. And then when men say, oh, I'm about to get married, it's like, whoa, what you
Life is
doing,
over.
brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like it's
Yeah.
the end of the world. So I'm trying to understand. It's
That's
like a
good.
dread, like you about to die. Like
At
you're
Yeah.
that
about to go
time,
to
You
your
is
own
about to
grave.
die.
Yeah.
That was like the
Yeah.
end of the world.
And so
He just described it.
Yeah.
He was with
Yeah.
his partner, and he was like, "Man, he get married. Who I'm gonna be with?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah, and we hung out all the time, man.
see,
It was fun.
see,
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Coming out of-
He's smiling now. He missed that fun. Look at him.
it was a fun time, and it's not necessarily just meeting other women, but just being out.
Yeah.
I
Being
was-
free.
I could
The
come and go as I
freedom.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
And then
free.
you
I could come and
then
go as I please.
then you don't have to worry about if she married me for money or married me just because I was good looking or married me just because
Exactly.
everybody else wanted me. Like, you get what I'm saying? We have those thoughts, and
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I'm being one. We had those thoughts, and then especially like from where I'm from, some women will marry you just because they feel like they can create a beautiful baby with you. You get what I'm saying? Like for real, for real.
Better be careful, boy. That pretty hair.
Yeah, for real. They coming for you.
I'm telling you, boy. They
They
be like,
coming
oh,
for
I
you,
know
boy.
my baby gonna have pretty hair.
Yeah, they already done pictured it, everything.
Yeah, you know, they got
so,
the little app now. You can like
Yeah.
put 2 pictures. And,
yes,
you
and
know
then
what
see,
I'm saying?
yeah, exactly.
It's
But
crazy out
you
here.
know,
And
it's
another thing, I would say that I knew when I said I had to get married. I knew I had to get married. My wife was the first, like, out of the women that I dated while I was in college.
yeah,
My wife was the only one that when I literally, it seemed like when I dated somebody, I would always end up going through something for some reason. And I don't know this was God or what, but I would always go through something, whether it be with a job, money, my car, or something. My wife was the only one that really stuck with me through all of that. Even though I remember my car put me down and I didn't have a job. I wasn't in school anymore. And I was stuck in the house for 3 months, literally stuck in the house. And I knew God was dealing with me because at that time, things I was going in and going out, doing, staying out all times of the night, going here and going there. My car put me down. God allowed my car to put me down for 3 full months. And I was in the house for 3 months, not able to go anywhere.
yeah,
No money, no nothing. Literally waking up, watching TV all day, passing the days by, and before I know it's nighttime again, I'm going to bed too. And at that point, my wife was the only one that stuck with me through that.
wow.
I remember I got sick.
Mm.
She brought me chicken noodle soup and Gatorade and some other stuff when I was sick. She picked me up when I needed. She stuck with me even though in my down parts of my life or whatever. And then I knew whether I wanted to get married or not. What came into my mind was, yo, you got a good woman here, and you'd be stupid to let that pass or whatever.
Yeah.
So even if I did not want to get married, like this opportunity may not come again or whatnot. It may not come again. So, yeah, that's another thing, man. Men look at as well.
Okay.
Somebody that's going to pretty much stick with them.
Exactly. Exactly.
And if you don't feel like it, it's tough, man.
Yeah,
it's tough.
And that's another thing that I want to say too is, let me take something I said back earlier. 60% church failure, 40% parents. Let me throw that in there.
Yeah.
I want to take that back, so don't crucify me because I said all of it on the church. But it's the parents, and then it's the church too. I met my wife. Well, now you say how I met my wife. Well, the reason why I got married, it's totally different. God had something to do with it, but the way He did it was crazy. And I'll say my whole thing was, I'm gonna be one. I was a hoe, straight up. Like when I was out there in the streets, that's what I was. Dude, straight up. And I told God, I said the only way I'm gonna get married, I'm getting married to whoever have my kid. Whoever. I'm serious. That's how bad I was out there in the street. Like, it was bad. And constantly, years, nothing. And all of a sudden, bam. And I'm like, hold up. Nah, I wasn't looking for this now. Like, this is not how, I was looking for that because I said whoever get pregnant, that's who I'm marrying. But at the same time, it was not the way and how. It was crazy. But anyway, it happened. And I said, okay. And I'm just being 100 with y'all. I didn't get married just because I loved her or because I was head over heel. No, I'm dead serious. I got married because I said I don't want my kid to ever grow up without a father. I grew up without one. I resent that. That would never happen. And I said, whoever it is, that I'm going to make a way to, to be with that person and, whatever I got to do. Then God said, okay, bam, that happened. And he said, I'm going to put you to the test. So then, bam, I go to the church. We get married. She'll tell you different how it happened. But she said that I just walked up to her and handed her the ring and said, we getting married. I don't remember that. But I remember we getting married. And when we got married, after that, I started to find out things about her. She started to find out things about me. It became hell. And then we fought. And I'm not talking about physical fault or anything, but we fought for our marriage. And it's like now she know everything about me, almost. And she knows my look. She knows when somebody's pissing me off. She knows when I'm about to do so. It's like, baby. You get what I'm saying? And baby. But yeah, exactly. Baby. So it's baby, yeah, for real. So she's on that level, and like Tay was saying, just to piggyback off that, and I know you was too. Yeah. And then we're gonna get you because there's some stuff I gotta ask you. But just to piggyback off that, and I hope this. My wife done did some stuff that made me know she was down with me. From bringing certain things when I was locked up, just certain things that I won't get into that she done did that is like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? And I know she's down with me, and I know that was the one I was supposed to be with. It's just we had to figure out a lot of things and fight for a lot of things. Not saying that if God put y'all together, you're not gonna fight. You gonna fight for because you're gonna disagree on certain things. Even when it comes to raising kids, y'all might see difference or see, on raising kids, you're gonna fight just a little. But at the same time, it's how you handle it, what you do, and how you let that build you. But if you want to pick it back off that, you can, and then I'm going after Stephanie.
Yeah, just real quick. My wife, when you was like, I tell you, like, she was there for him. My story is with my wife is that, before we got together, I was talking to a couple of different chicks. And it was just like an interview. It was just like an interview period for me. Yeah. Because when it came down to, I'm telling them like, hey, look, I'm gonna be a pastor one day, and I ain't having sex.
Yeah.
Man, when you talking about, they was like dropping like flies, like, that little blue light kill the flies at the picnic. They was knocking off, partner. Wow. They was like, no, I'm gonna try you. Oh, you gonna fall. I was getting all kind of stuff because I wasn't having sex. I was like, nah, I ain't getting down like that. You know what I'm saying? This is where my life is going. I'm gonna be a pastor one day. I told my wife that. She was like, cool. I ain't having sex either.
Wow.
Like,
and you knew.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Green light.
Because,
like for real.
Because the reason that part is so important is that you can make a clear decision. You can hear different when you haven't had sex.
Yeah.
When you have sex, it clouds your judgment.
Lord Jesus.
It clouds your judgment.
Nah, for real.
Boy.
It clouds your judgment, man.
Yes.
You feel like you indebted, and then she feel like, oh, we done went through this.
Yes.
And it's so many things that can mess up the plan that God has.
Listen.
Huh?
I just got to say this.
Say it.
When, like what you just said, if the woman is good, or if the male is good, you're clouded. You love him. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's the greatest in the world.
Yeah.
And boy, you could be marrying a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that just gonna cause you so much hell.
Yeah. In a handbasket.
Yes. But like you said, because sex is in the picture. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Especially this old man he tells me a woman falls in love. Well, not falls in love. She likes a man even more when he's the perfect fit. Whether big, small, large, whatever. We're not getting that. I'm just saying the perfect fit.
Gotcha.
When that man become the perfect fit for that woman, that's all her brain is like clouded.
Yeah.
And it's the same, it's vice versa with a man. When the woman is a perfect fit, his brain is super clouded because it's like, oh my God, I'm not this feeling. You get what I'm saying? And that's all you're thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the door, tell the 6-pack lead. Or even let's just say you might mess with the dude that don't have a 6-pack.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see him every day, and it's every day. It's like, whoa. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, now it's almost to the point, I don't know how y'all are, I don't know how other people are, but it might be a point where you're planning the sex. You get what I'm saying? Like you plan, I know I'm gonna get it on Tuesday because that's when you get what. Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is, when you go into that thing thinking this, and then all this stopping, and spontaneous stopping.
Yeah.
Now, it's just a lot into that.
Yeah.
Then you start to realize, oh my God, I really didn't love her. I just loved the sex. My brain was clouded. But yeah. But you can finish. You can go ahead, man.
No, that's real. That's for whomever is listening.
Yeah.
Just know that.
Yeah.
If you keep it 10-0 in that area, you can possibly make the right decision.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you can see that female for what she really is.
Yeah.
And she can see you for what you really is.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Yes.
You say you want to get married, right?
I do.
You don't heard all this we talking about, right?
Yeah.
We ain't really got into it like I really want to, but you hear what we say. So do you have your man wrote out on a paper?
I do.
Tall, dark, and handsome, and did all this stuff. But I mean, I'm just saying.
I do, but it's not a whole lot of superficial type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do know that looks and all that is temporary.
Yeah.
It's not gonna last forever. Yes, I want to be able to look at you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
At the same time, there's other things that are just so much more important.
Give me one that's very important to you when it's coming to a man.
He has to have a passion for God. Like he has to have that relationship with Christ. Because if you're not led by God, then you can't lead me.
Hey, listen. So y'all hear that, right?
Ouch.
Y'all.
Nah, for real.
Can you say that one more time so they can hear you?
If you're not led by God, you can't lead me.
Nah, for real.
And then I'm gonna do this. That shot's fired to anybody who trying to holler at Stephanie. She telling you straight up, you gotta have God. Like, for real.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. Like, let's take away everything else.
Mm-hmm.
If that person ain't got a love for God, man, and he's not trying to live right, you better run from that dude.
Run.
For real. Especially if
he's a runner and a track star.
For real. Especially if he's really not trying to even hear that. Like, if he come at you like, I've been thinking, or, maybe, da-da-da-da. If ain't no maybes in there or nothing, run. I don't care how she or he look.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
And don't look back. But man, the marriage thing. Okay. So we're gonna get into this part right here.
Yeah.
When it comes to divorcing, how do you feel? How do you feel about let's just say what they call that thing that you have to sign Prenuptial.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
The prenup?
Yeah.
I'm against it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Oh,
Go ahead.
I understand. It's like I watch a lot of rich women, millionaire women that have their money before they meet their guy, and they're like, "There's nowhere in the world he about to take all my money."
Yeah.
So they force him to buy a prenup, but I just feel like it's wrong because if it was the other way around, definitely the woman would feel some type of way. She'd feel like, "Hey, if I'm marrying you, then this is mine. So why shouldn't a woman feel that if she's marrying this man, this is his too?" But in the sight of God, I just feel like it's definitely wrong because you can't have a godly marriage and have a prenup in the back of your mind.
That's a business.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a business decision.
That's exactly what I was going to
Pretty
hit.
much saying we're gonna do this, but just in case.
Just in case. You already got it set up.
Yeah,
Just
you already got a plan B.
when you do that, you already don't open up. It's already a crack.
Yeah.
The devil finna slide through.
Well, let me ask you this: if you have a daughter and she becomes a millionaire and she meet a guy who maybe is he make $40,000 a year, and you know that she's going to be the breadwinner of that marriage, that relationship, and she wants to marry him, but he doesn't show the right character traits. I think that most fathers would be appreciative of for their daughters to marry. So would you suggest that she do it in situations like that?
No.
And
she ain't even fit to be with Buddy.
Well, listen. I agree with you, and then I don't. The only reason I'm saying that because if he's making less than her, you know what I mean. It is what it is.
No, she ain't fit to be with Buddy because they would say the character.
Yeah.
What you mean about the character?
The character of him is not proven that you know what I'm saying. He a leader.
He's
Definitely. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, definitely. But if it's just about the money thing, if she get married to him, and I don't told her not to, and I'm gonna be one on it, that's just her stupidness. Honestly, that's her being dumb because if I don't told you, hey, this is not him, you might need to pray about it. You need to pray and make sure. And you didn't go in praying, and you didn't get no confirmation or anything from that. Now you got to suffer with what comes with that.
Amen.
A lot of people don't do that. They jump in, and then when they get hot, they want to jump out. Now, understanding you got to deal with that, but that's on her. But I would never. I don't care if the man was making $5,000. If she loves him and he loves her, because she can make him. And next thing you know, he making billions. We don't know, but money, because money is nothing to me. Like it's that don't. Well, I would like to have money, but it's nothing to me to the point when it comes to love. Like, and listen, you can have all this money in the world and still be miserable. You know? Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a question. Yeah. All right, because I heard someone say this. They said that. Okay, how that sound? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What was it that he said? Shoot. He said that men are builders. So like when they bring a woman into their life, they can build stuff around them. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but they said that women aren't builders. So if a woman, like,
I don't believe that.
I just want to ask, like, what would y'all take on that?
Well, my thing is behind every strong man is a strong woman, and I really believe that. You could tell. You can look at the man and tell what kind of character he is, and you can look at the man and he'll tell you what type of woman he has. You know what I mean? Like, I truly believe that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. What's up? All right, hold on.
Okay, so he was saying, like, if a man got money, right, he bring a woman into his life, he can build up around her. But if a woman making more money, like she got money, he don't. She can't bring him in and put him on type. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I was.
Okay. But I don't believe that, because I like, even when it comes, like, let me tell you something. When a man is facing, and then you can hit off this one too, or Tay, when a man is to a point where he's at his breaking point, or he's at a point where he want to give up, it's something about that woman that can pep talk that man, and he feel like he can conquer the world now. No matter what happened, he could be got pulled over by the police and beat up, or the police don't play them like he was a lame. Somebody don't punk them out, or I ain't gonna say punk them out. They called him a name. He walked away because he didn't want to put him in it. well, and he come home and he ready to give up. And that woman can put her hands on his face and say, look, and say whatever it is that she say. And the man is just like, he's Superman again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I truly don't believe, no, I don't believe that. Now, if you got just a broke back woman that just don't, you know, like what was her name? The lady that wanted what's his name? The curse God because he had let the devil deal with him. I can't think his name just that quick. Huh?
Samson.
No.
Not Samson.
No.
God, what is his name?
Joe.
No.
He gave him the swords and
Yeah.
he had swords. Joe. How his wife wanted him to just
curse God and die.
A real woman is gonna be like, let's pray. Let's pray. You know, I got your back.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna hit that situation. That's deep because that's why it's more important that you rock with somebody that know God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And when that person know God, see, when you have a trouble and you go to that worldly friend is going to tell you a worldly perspective. When you have that godly partner, and you go to them with that trouble, they're going to tell you from a godly perspective. You see what I'm saying?
For real.
Exactly.
That's when that iron sharpens iron
there
thing
you
come
go.
into place.
There
you know
you
what
go.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to get back in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
G, was something else you were supposed to ask us before. But Tay, what do you say about that?
I know exactly what you were saying. Behind a strong man's a strong woman. That woman, I don't like when me and my wife, when we first we had not even gotten married yet. We was dating, and I remember when we tell this story all the time. There was a time we went out to eat. We had no money, no money. We had enough money for one meal at I think it was Wendy's, and she loved to tell this story, but we had enough money for like a small meal, which was like some fries and some chicken nuggets and a soda, and we split that. Even though, and that was at a time that I think I was at my lowest point where I did not have a job. I don't know. I think she was working. She was working at that point or whatever. But we had enough money for just one meal, and regardless, we still did that, and we split that meal together and ate it, and it was nothing. The money was no factor in, like you were saying, the love that we had for each other. Money had nothing to do with it. But in due time, as we got married, started to grow together, that came after that. You know, we started making more money. All that stuff like you said, money don't mean much. It comes and go. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, you want to be with somebody that's gonna have that mindset to want to do something.
Yeah.
Like if the woman is making more, for instance, if my wife is making more, that's me as a man, that's gonna motivate me. I got to do something. I got to do more. If I got, especially if you got kids, like I got to do more because I want to be the one, doing for my family or whatever. I'm fine with it. The whole lady making more money, but it's not. It's going to push me to do more.
Yeah.
And like you said, that woman talking, a woman can say stuff to a man to make him want to do more, make him want to do. Become a better person.
Yeah.
A woman can say stuff your mom can't say to you, your brothers and sisters, dad, nobody in the world can say to you that make you want to become a better person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and just to say this, like with my wife, that there was times where I was at a low, or times where, things was going on with me, and she's like, and put it this way, every time I thought of an idea to do something, she was like, all right, what we need. It was never, it was, now she would come and say, she would give me this, where she said, okay, well, what are we going to do with this? Or how you going to do this? How you going to do that? And if I had the answer, okay, let's go. What do we need? It was never, you get what I'm saying? It was never a downplay or nothing like that. It was never, it was always what's next. I remember when I had started the lawn care, zero turn, lawnmower, all this. I'm talking, I got everything. I'm out there. We making. I'm making anywhere between $500 to $800 a day. Well, in a week, about $800 a week, and that was just working for maybe two hours a day. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I was just doing that because that's where I was at that time.
Mhm.
All the equipment got stolen. All the equipment got stolen, and then guess what happened? She was like, "All right, what we need to do." You get what I'm saying? It was even though I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm ready to snap. Like, I'm ready to get the pistol. I'm ready to go find out who did it. I'm ready to go talk and ready to go ask some questions. And she's like, nah, what that gonna do for you? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you go do that. Your son still gotta eat. Your daughter still gotta eat. Now you locked up. See, those type of speeches is what keep a man going.
Snap bite speech.
Yes, and that's a good marriage. And that's why I say, like, when you enter a marriage, the woman and the man have to realize that somebody might fall. That job might not be there all the time. Or again, that sex might not be there or be as good as it used to be all the time. Dude, like you say, man, you gotta have that agape love, man, and it's gotta be real. Like, it's gotta be real. You can't just look at somebody, and especially like people who look at a marriage or look at the man and go, man, I wish I had a man like him. Do you really know what it took to get that man
Like that
to
right
where it is? Like, do you think you really can handle what comes along or what came along with that man? Or vice versa, when a man look at a woman and go, man, why she with him? You know what I mean? Like, why she with him? She could do better. Or, I wish that were me. Yeah, it's a hater, and it's a hater, and plus, do you know what comes along? Because as soon as you get that woman, or you get a woman just like her, now you wonder about all the hell you're going through now. And why you this, why you that, why you this, why you that, why you going to the doctor now? Because you're sick, because your nerves are real bad, and you just messed up because this woman. Be careful what you wish for, and stop looking at people. What is it covered? Stop covering other people's stuff and looking at it and thinking that because you see them or whatever, because you might see the man look at the woman wrong or say something to the woman, and he's trying to, to you might have not liked it because he said a certain way to her, but not understanding. She understand what he means to her when she said it to him or when he said it to her. They knew, and if that woman, if she knows, then you don't need to step in the picture.
Right.
Don't start judging and saying, "Oh, he treating her wrong." No, that's just how they probably handle their business or how they talk to each other. So don't judge that, and then you think you can do better. The next thing you know, when you get that person, start to realize, oh my God,
you want to return?
Yeah, you want to return. and the wife and the man be like, oh no, ain't no return policy. None of that. You bought as is. You know what I mean?
Ain't
so
no motor, no transmission.
For real. So so that's the thing with that, man. Stephanie.
Yes.
Because I'm not done. So you say you're looking for a man that gotta be godly.
Yes.
Right? So okay. My whole thing is, how do you put this?
What God? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what God? Yeah. But now, man, my thing is, like, okay, put it this way. How long do you plan on, like, they say coating? Is that the word they use? Dating.
Yeah.
I like to use the word. Yeah, growing to that.
Yeah, coating them girls.
So how long do you plan on dating before you say, okay, I think it's time? Oh, matter of fact, when you say, okay, answer that, then I got something else to you. I got something else. This is going to be, yeah.
You mean like dating the guy?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think it just depends, honestly. Maybe a year, but it just depends, I think.
Okay. Now, with that said, are you going to be the one that proposed to him?
No.
They doing that now. They doing that now. The woman is proposing to the man now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I feel like if you have to go to that extreme,
he went for you.
Yeah, he went for you.
Nah.
Nobody that bad.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
And they.
I haven't seen that.
What'd you say, Tay?
I said that's so crazy. I haven't seen that. I've seen some other stuff that
I've
kind of
seen it.
Oh
frustrates me.
man, the woman is dropping to her
I haven't seen
knees,
that.
and the dude is sitting up here
Are you
like
serious?
he the female
Yeah,
now.
the game has changed.
Yes,
It's
they
in reverse.
yeah, and it's like, hold up, what's going on?
I remember a chick did that too. We had a neighbor, homeboy, a childhood partner, and he was messing around with the substitute teacher,
Wow.
and she proposed to him, and the whole hood was like, "Man, what's going on?" It was like something we ain't never heard. We was in high school,
Wow.
and we was like, "What, man?" He was like, "Man, she got on her knee and gave me a ring," and I was like, "Oh my goodness,
Wow.
boy, that's another type."
Yeah,
You
but
know
that
what
let you know why she was marrying him, though.
I wouldn't even feel right.
Yeah,
a woman
man, I can't say yes to that.
proposing to me.
No,
Get out of here with
no,
that
I don't
foolishness,
even
man.
feel
No.
right as a man.
As a man
Yeah, that's what
to
I'm
look
saying.
down and your wife is, well, I ain't gonna say
But
your
see-
wife, the
but see-
person.
They take on to that because they look at that as submission.
Yeah.
They get that confused
Yes.
with what submission
I hear
look
you.
like.
I hear
you know what I'm saying?
I see that. Yeah, I see that. I see
And,
that. I see that. And you so right. But it's like, like, and the women say that they so desperate. Well, certain women
Mhm.
are so desperate for a man
Mhm.
that they're taking these type of measurements. They're even willing to be side chicks now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And here's my thing. My thing is like this. Women that has a man and that's married, and you got a good man, or you feel, even if you don't think he's good, you might want to look at him. You might want to write down the cons and the pros. Because if you don't think he's good, he's coming home every night. He's just not that millionaire. There's a woman out there there's 15,000 women out there that's looking for him and is willing to cook, willing to do other things that you ain't willing to do. It's a vice versa thing. But what I'm saying is we get this marriage thing where I want the marriage people to know, well, for the woman or the male who's treating each other, like they ain't going nowhere. They ain't got nowhere. Boy, it's some women out there and men that will be like, come on. You gonna come home every night? Oh, come on. You cooking clean? Oh, come on. You get what I'm saying? You take care of the kids? Oh, come. You get what I'm saying? So y'all better, women and men, when you got something good at home, you value it.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like I tell my wife, and I'm not just saying it, I tell my wife about 60 times I love her, to the point where it aggravates her. You know what I mean? And I ain't saying aggravate like, God, just stop, but it's to a point where like I tell her because I want her to know that I really appreciate you because you could have easily been here, or I could have easily married somebody or been with someone that was not what you were, or you get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And it's to a point where we have to learn to appreciate each other. And I think that's another reason why marriage doesn't last, because we take it for granted and we feel like, oh, they're going to be there.
Yeah.
They're going to be there. They ain't going nowhere. They stuck. They don't want to start nothing over, or he can't go nowhere because I'm taking care of him, or whatever it is.
That's the same people that treat God like that.
Exactly. Boy, what? That's
Treat
another
God the
topic.
same way you treat your spouse.
You got to come back. That's another topic.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
Say that again.
You treat your spouse the same way you treat God.
You heard that thing?
Same way you treat God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
the people that, you know what I'm saying, oh, comfortable, oh, they ain't going nowhere, this, that, and third, they just that. That's the same way they treat God.
Yeah.
This whole thing is your marriage is supposed to reflect the relationship that you have with God. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line. It don't work because these people simply don't have a relationship with God.
Exactly.
The world didn't create marriage. God did.
Exactly.
You understand? So if you want any kind of counseling or help, you got to go to the manufacturer.
Wow,
the creator of it.
Yes.
Because he know the ins and the outs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The world don't tell you that. They'll tell you what, get a side chick. Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, you don't need him.
Oh, have an open marriage.
Have an open marriage.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you said that. That was something I wanted to get on.
Hey, the only thing open in my house is the door.
Listen, that's what I want to get on. Because I mess with my wife like this all the time, right? I be like, if I had two more, I'd be straight. And she give me this look like, all right, about to catch a frying pan. But, They're doing that now.
Yeah,
Women
yeah,
are
yeah.
actually saying, okay, don't even have a side piece. Just bring them here.
Yeah.
Just so you won't leave.
That's
They are devaluing themselves so bad. And I understand. Trust me. I'm going to be 100. I understand that pickings are slim now because you either got to deal with the ones that's gay or you got to deal with you don't have them around because they're locked up and never getting out or whatever. So I understand that pickings are slim. But man, I'm to a point where I don't see myself I don't see myself having my wife because it's more. I don't see myself having my wife in the house with 2 other men.
Yeah.
It's usually,
and you telling me
it's usually the woman coming in and bringing more women for the man. That's what
is that? But the problem is because it's less men now.
Yeah.
But it is more women. But what I'm saying, if it was vice versa, and it was more men, less women,
yeah,
I don't see my wife doing that. I'd rather be alone, and I'm gonna be one. I don't know if that too much. Leave that alone. But I'd rather be alone, and that's it. Because the problem is that I'm not finna devalue myself when I know I deserve something.
Women,
you know, yeah,
I feel you.
But they doing that now.
Women,
they are doing it.
It's your boy, what? Pastor, what? Whatever you want to call me.
Yeah.
If you gotta have a threesome to keep your husband, it's some serious issues there.
Nah, for real.
Let me tell you, when situations happen, hardship happen, it's not only for the people on the outside or one person that it happened to, it's for both parties.
Yeah.
So if he proposed that he want to have an open and then you agree to it, that proves it's something in you and it's something in him.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
Exactly.
And until you openly discover that and deal with it, you're going to find yourself in the same situation. Because one thing I've learned about God, that he loved you enough to put you through the same situations to get you to wake up and realize that you need him, that you need him involved. So you'll find yourself in this situation going through. You get out that situation, you'll get in another situation, find yourself going through that one, and still not looking at the mirror at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got to realize that God's love for us doesn't look like what we experience from each other.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if you're willing to do that, it's something in you that needs to be checked.
Amen. Amen. And that's it. Yeah. Huh? Oh, well, my son got another question.
All right. So, I guess because it's more for y'all 3, I guess. What about that? Okay. So with music, right? Since all y'all do music, how do you fit that into a marriage? And then also, how does it affect your marriage? Or your choice of boyfriend or girlfriend?
Oh, go first.
Not girlfriend.
Not girlfriend.
Give us some shots, man. Give us some shots.
For real. For real. For real.
Yeah, nah, for real.
Oh, yeah, for real. Go ahead, though.
As far as my music, like that's my ministry. So it's not just a hobby or anything for me. That is my first, and it comes with me. It's not something that I'm really willing to compromise.
Right.
Because it's something that I know that I was called to do by God. So definitely would have to be on board. Have to be on board with that.
Okay. Hey.
I'm just gonna say this real quick. When I met him, he told me he was a rapper, and I was like, "Oh, you ever seen those movies when the girl is dating a guy? And she's like, "What do you do?" He said, "I'm a rapper."
Yeah,
and she's like, "Why? You know?
yeah.
So I was not excited at all about that. I'm just gonna say, but I will say he sent me a YouTube video of his, one of his songs, and I was like, okay, no, he's not a rapper. He's ministering. This is different.
Yeah.
And so I was able to look at it from a different perspective because I was like, oh no, I don't want to deal with no rapper.
But wait, hold on. This is that's a question. I'm gonna answer yours and then I'm gonna get into that.
All right.
Here's my thing. My wife is just down. She was down even when I was in the secular world. So yeah, and I think that's another thing. Like we have to take in the things that you said that you're not gonna compromise on. You need to discuss that with that partner.
Yeah.
Not just sit here and go, I'm not gonna compromise. Then don't never say nothing about it. And then the partner don't know nothing about this. Till it come up and then he be like, hold up, what is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This stuff need to be talked about and brought up, because if not, it's almost like this. It's like this. If I married you or if I started dating you because you was a stripper, right? And I'm fine with that. I can't get mad 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 2 years later and go, now you got to quit. No, you was cool with that. So my thing is, if the man or female knows about these things and they agree with it, or it's some kind of talk, however y'all decide to handle it, then that's good. That's a great thing, but it needs to be talked about, But what I wanted to ask is, what is up with women and not want to date a rapper?
Man,
I've been trying to figure that out. Like when you say you're a rapper, they be like, oh.
Because it's so many of them.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody wants to be a rapper, and I don't think everybody's called to rap.
Yeah,
so.
You're right. You're right.
And so, just kind of, picking through all of that,
They don't want to listen to your mixtape.
What do you say if they're not good? What do you say if they're not good?
You just tell them. You gotta
support a dream that they ain't going to.
Listen, that's a whole nother discussion right there, because there's a lot of gospel rappers that we know is garbage.
Yeah.
You realize you be lying when you tell them, oh, that's cool, that's fine. Oh, I liked that. You be lying, right? Listen, everybody know me. They know if I don't stand up, I ain't feeling it. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
If I don't stand up, I ain't feeling your music.
Yeah.
And I'm not finna stand up and play like I am when I'm not.
Oh, man.
If I'm feeling your music, I'm gonna stand up. If it's really good, I'm gonna turn up. You know what I mean? But if it's good and I hear where you coming from, or I see the potential, then I'm gonna stand up. But if when they be like, stand up, no, let me hear it first. Let me hear how you gonna go.
Because you agreeing.
Yeah, because I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
and people take it when you stand up and you stay
you
up.
be,
They really like
you
this.
like that. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
I will sit my butt down and be like, and my son, he'll tell you, he'll look at me and be like, he'll shake his head. Because he knows.
Yeah.
So, that's a whole nother topic, man. Like, we really got to be 100 with these artists or any artist, you know what I'm saying, that comes along and do anything. We have to be 100, because that's why people look at the artists, Christian artists, whether you sing or rap, especially rappers, they look at us like we're the corniest thing in the world, because the type of stuff that makes it over here, and you be like, and you got to dig through this pile just to get to you. You get what I'm saying? So you got to dig through this pile, and it's like, this is what you got to offer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother topic. Yes, I need to get y'all back on here as just artists now. You know what I mean? For real, because that's a whole nother topic. A whole nother topic. But go ahead.
I want to answer your question, G. It's for a woman, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not the support. When it comes down to a man getting into that marriage, you have to remember that you're responsible. That's number one. First, you have to understand that God don't need us to rap. He's God Almighty. You know what I'm saying? He don't need us to rap.
Yeah.
He allow us to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
But we can't let what he allow us to do conflict or come between your marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you doing music and you haven't made it to a status where you're able to support her, I would never tell you to quit, because when you quit, a part of you gonna die.
Yeah,
You
it is.
understand?
You're right.
So I would
Yeah.
tell you to keep doing that, but you may have to work a night job.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she's depending on you
That ain't right.
to sustain her.
That ain't
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That ain't right.
So I heard a bishop say the other day, like, your wife should never have to fight for the affection of you with the church.
Yeah.
And what you doing.
Yep.
You understand?
Amen.
So those type of things you always have to keep in mind. Like, when you're doing something in the name of God, you have to make sure that you're doing it in the order of God.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you can do it. And I'm telling you, by far, go hard. You understand? But when it comes down to your spouse, you have to remember that you're responsible, and you have to take care of that responsibility.
And he was asking too, because he had a situation where he was with female and they didn't like that he did music, and they didn't want to support him on that level. He's like, this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? You got to support me, or,
K Rocks.
Yeah. So, that's one reason why he asked. Huh?
The other one was the other reason too is what was it? Bro, because I was doing it so much.
Yeah.
So it was like, because I'm from my point of view, it's like, this is something like I want to do. This is something that I'm looking to have me set for life type jump. So it's like I'm investing my time, money, and all this into this. And I'm trying to bring you on, but at the same time, it's like, if you're gonna go against it, it's like, I can't have you type jump. So it's like, that's why I wanted to know, is like, because I know for a fact I spend a lot of time with music, trying to like perfect my craft and stuff. So that's why I was asking.
She wasn't right.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
She was. It is plain and simple.
I always say it's gonna be like a puzzle piece. You know how they kind of fit perfectly together when you're putting a puzzle together. That's gonna be the person that God sent. That's you. So anybody who go against what you already know that you called to do, they're not. They're gonna come in and they're gonna be.
That's right.
Understanding.
It's my puzzle piece.
Yeah.
Right there.
And
they gonna fit into the mold.
Yeah, you're right. And another thing was something that you said about a piece of you die when you let it go. What people have to realize too is, with certain artists, maybe with all of them, even if they're garbage or not. Yeah.
So someone asked, how come girls have a problem dating musicians? We're not rappers, we just play music.
How come girls have a problem dating musicians?
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with time, because some girls they like to have a lot of your time.
Yeah.
And music takes a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, it do.
Time.
Yeah, it do.
And so it's like they feel neglected, or they don't quite understand what you're doing and what you're working on. But I think that's a big part of it.
And chicks are drawn to musicians.
Yeah.
They love.
I'm not gonna lie, but that's
That's
true.
true.
You can hold the rhythm.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You can hold the rhythm.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Chicks are, and they know that it could be an opportunity that they're gonna be pushed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they dump on the dream.
And and back to what I was saying is that people have to realize that artists, when it comes to music, this is like our this is what we vent at.
Yeah.
This is our medicine song. You know what I'm saying? Like, if something happened to me today, I can go and put it in the music and then talk about how I handled it or what I did. And I'm okay because I don't vent it. But when I'm not able to vent, especially, and I hate to say this, and I hate to say it this way, but especially when it's dealing with black men. When it's dealing with black men, like, we have so much that we have to put on our chest and run with. And to be in, and I don't like even saying that because I don't even like bringing that up, but it is true. And when it comes to the music, those that do rap, understand that when you hear us rap, or when you hear, we're venting. And we're doing this because we don't want to hurt nobody, though. We
Mhm.
don't want to go out here and have to do something that we really want to do. So we vent, and that's the way. And if you listen, you'll be able to help the person or be able to understand that person if you honestly listen. If the person is putting out real music. And when I say real music, I mean music that has to deal with you, not just to get a hit.
Oh man,
You get what I'm saying?
say
So,
that again.
but and just not to get a hit. But anyway, you had more comments or anything?
What's your take
On what? With the
on it? How does it affect your marriage and all that stuff?
music?
I know you say moms is on board,
Yeah.
but like, is there little things that you think you see or that you know for a fact you see that kind of?
I'll say I think the thing that, yeah, I think when I was in the sailor world and I was doing sailor music, I stayed gone so much. We toured so much that I think that I grew without her and she grew without me. And then we came back together and really didn't know each other. We had to kind of learn each other back over because like I was gone. Like we was touring. And yeah, so the time of not being with her, because it was like we grew apart. And it was like, dang, we had to get to know each other back over. And then even with my kids, I had to get to know them a little bit better and get to know my son and, realize that, oh, today I'm not an artist. You know what I mean? I'm a dad today.
Yeah.
So it was just, yeah. So, I think that's the part where being an artist, where it messed everything up or where it does mess everything up is when you're not able to be the dad, the father that you want to be because you're so busy trying to create something for them. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's being an athlete or anything of that nature. If you're gone so much, I think that's the curse. The gift is you can give them whatever you want. You can basically take care of them, they get a good education, but the curse is you're not able to be the actual father that you're supposed to be or the mother that you're supposed to be because you're gone so much. So, yeah.
And that's gonna be passed down.
Yeah, and it's gonna be passed down. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And the next thing you know, the son or the mom or the daughter or whoever is coating with dope or men because she wants the father to be attention. So she goes to the men like So I think that's the curse in the gift of being any type of person that's trying to be wealthy, because to be wealthy, you got to stay wealthy. So you got to continue to do what you got to do to stay wealthy. So sometimes you might be away at home. So honestly, my advice is don't have a kid until you ready. I'm being honest. Don't have a kid until you know you ready financially to say, or not even financially, just ready to say, hey, this is my kid. I'm finna sit down and I'm finna be all I can be to him or her. But until then, yeah, But anybody got anything else?
I got a question.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's your
Yes, I do. Okay, so I know as women, once we're married, like we're supposed to support our husband's vision, and but for you, how do you find a balance for what vision that God has given you while supporting him?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. And that's big because we've had that conversation before. So, I mean, way before I met him, I was working on my life coach certification. I had already finished college. I wanted, I was trying to finish my book and I just wanted to do so many things. And then he comes, he's pastor, the music and all that stuff. And honestly, like, I don't want to say I put yours first, but it's just like I found a way to balance it out. So I made sure, okay, well, we're gonna invest at this time, and then when we're done with that, then I'll work, what I'm saying, on my thing. So we kind of figure a way to kind of balance it out. But I can't say it's difficult.
Yeah, it is. And I just want to say this. A good woman, 9 times out of 10, will put that man dream first before hers and put hers on the back on. And I'm not gonna say you're just a good woman because of that, but they are like that. That woman that really love her man and really like, okay, he's the head, he's that it, they're like, okay, what is it that you get what I'm saying? What how can I help? And they'll put something that they really want to do on the back burner. But the men have to realize that sometimes you need to let her, and I'm not saying this about you, I'm saying this about period. Even me, I had to learn that, oh dang, she been supporting me so much. Hey, what is it that you want to do? What can we do? You get what I'm saying? And it, yeah, but go ahead, man.
Yeah, I just said I have a pop-up Saturday, and I said you're gonna be at this pop-up.
Yeah.
Oh
And,
man.
I was like, you gonna be at this all 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Lord, that's a job.
Yeah, that's a job. But I don't trip. But in all of it, I see how God set it up.
Yeah.
Because, like she said, she got a ministry of a community of women that she's training up to be wives and also pastor wives. So
I don't mean to cut you off, but he had a show, and then I had something going on with the ministry, like the community, the same night. So I mean, I got on the call, and then I said, okay, I'll be back. So another girl led, and you know what I'm saying, was at the show, and then when he was done, they jumped back on my stuff. So you just find a way to balance. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, it's all love. But I'm saying it will God will work it out. God will work it out where God will work it out where it can coincide each other. Like the more that I make it, the more opportunity will be for my wife.
Definitely.
So your husband could be some kind of something.
Yeah.
It could be, you know what I'm saying?
Something.
I'm not a prophet. I don't want to get caught up in that. But I'm saying, like, he could be just for example, he could be the owner of some kind of program that YMCA type deal, which could very much that be his passion to teach young boys to play ball, or give people a place they can kick it at.
Yeah.
And then you come in and do concerts for them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it could pop
what
off.
if she's already established and bigger? Let's just say
Come on
when
to
they
the mic,
get
baby.
married, what if she's established and bigger already? And then, he's not as established as her in his career. So should he understand that, hey, let's focus on her?
No, if she already established, ain't nothing to focus on. If she already on, how we gonna you just continue to do what you do. So now when I have you come to the YMCA, I'm charging.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
$20 at the door to get in. You know what I'm saying? Because my wife finna pull up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, as you know, such and such finna pull up. But I'm $20 at the door now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I want to say this. He's being quiet and he's modest, but my brother-in-law Tate, that's my brother-in-law. He does music. He's a producer, right?
Okay.
But one thing I'm proud of him, like super proud of him, and I'm like 100% on board with him no matter what. Because like even with my sister, I'm not gonna say her thing was baking, and doing the baking thing and all this stuff. And he just jumped on board like, what we got to do? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And help, and he started doing certain things with baking and stuff himself. But I'm just saying, he could have easily said, I mean, I feel that, but what about you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Some people will do that. You get what I'm saying? And he was
That's
like,
a telltale sign.
Yeah, exactly. But he was like, bam, let's go. And now they've been almost, well, yeah, I don't know if it's over yet. Is it over?
It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big deal with me for switching like that, because right before
he remembered that Wendy's meal.
Yeah, that Wendy's meal. Yeah.
You better get these pants, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly. Right before I asked my wife to marry me, I was at that point. It was me, and I had another producer and a few artists. We were had our own little production company, and we were actually out doing little small shows around south side of Atlanta or whatever. So that's what I thought I would be doing or whatever. But the thing was, we talked about it. I knew that she had a passion for it, and I knew there was money in it, and I knew that was something that she really wanted to do. So yeah, whatever make you happy, I'm all for it. I just want us to be, just wanted us to be taken care of. We have something of our own.
Yeah.
And not running back and forth, slaving.
Exactly.
One day, man, when I took off work one day, that was in the last year, took off for a few days, and I was able to stay home and able to spend time with my children, eat breakfast together, do a lot of stuff together. And I realized, like, man, I spend 10, 11, 12 hours at work every day. That's going to go on forever until my kids are out of the house. That's going to go on. And I really thought about it. I was like, wow.
Hey,
I don't spend any time with my family. Like me and everybody else who go to work and work long hours.
Exactly.
Like, you don't spend any time with your family. I'm like, wow, is it supposed to be like this?
No.
Yeah. And
I every day, and I thought about it. I was like, so this isn't right.
It ain't. It ain't. It ain't.
Yeah.
Listen,
it was so peaceful staying at home, and my kids were different. The behaviors were different.
The gatekeeper was there.
Children's behavior. It was more family. We ate. We went out, and at the end of the day, when my vacation was over, I really didn't want to go back. Didn't want to go back to work. So, yeah, I was all for it, man. I always said I would never. When y'all was talking about, I think you guys was talking about before you got married, how you didn't want to be a deadbeat father, have been put on child support, not have been in your kid's life. I always said I would never be a father or without being in his kid's life. I'll never walk out on my kids or my family. And I always said that. And so I wanted to make sure. I always, live to try to make sure that never happened. So whatever we can do together to make this thing work, I'm all for it.
Let me trip you out right quick, bro.
Yep.
I was talking to one of my other partners, and I brought it up, and I was like, man, I'm thinking about this thing, and I said, it's 24 hours in a day. You're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep. So now you're down to 16. Spend 8 at a job. Now you're down to 8. You spend some in Atlanta. I'm just gonna say an hour, maybe 2 hours in traffic. Right?
Yeah.
So now you're down to 6.
Yeah.
Get home, use the bathroom, take a shower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eat. Now you down like 3, maybe 2. Do you really know your spouse?
Exactly.
Do you really know your spouse and your kids, bro?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Then it messed me up because I messed around and read the scripture. I can't call out the actual scripture, but it's in the Bible. You can quote me on that. And it said that when a man and a woman get married, God made a law that for the first year, he could not go to war. He could not go anywhere, as a matter of fact. He was to stay there and cultivate his wife. He made that a rule.
Wow.
But in society, we go on a photo, maybe 5-day honeymoon. If we lucky, are blessed in our world. And then you back to work. She back to work.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So just moving forward, let's change up the game a little bit. Let's start putting away a few dollars that when our children get married, we can gift them some money where they can sit down and get to know each other.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Bump the wedding, all this $30,000 on the wedding. No, I'm gonna give you the 30,000.
That's what I'm talking.
You can take a year off. You feel me?
Yeah.
And y'all just chill.
Yep.
If you want to travel, live out a mobile home or whatever you want to do, Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
There's some nice mobile
There's
homes
some
now.
nice mobiles,
There's
but I
some
see the
nice
mobile with
mobile
granite.
homes, boy.
Listen,
Granite,
I see
boy.
the mobile with granite.
Yes,
With granite in it, bro. Stand up shower.
Yes,
Come on, man.
It's some
You
nice
don't know where,
mobile
you don't know
homes
where
now.
you at.
Yeah,
you rolling. But
the only
I'm just
time you know
saying,
you're a mobile home when you look at that side.
when you look at that side,
Yeah.
that's it, boy. You hear a
Inside,
car
boy,
roll
be
by,
like,
boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, for real, that's something to think about because of the type of world we living in. We need to know who we're laying in the bed with.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because though at the end of the day, we can get into fights, but you got to know who you fighting with.
Mm-hmm.
Can this person even fight? But when you bumping into them for them little 2 hours or whatever, y'all, you know what I'm saying? On weekends, you so tired because you done been getting it all week and the job done try to make you feel like they first in your life. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And on the weekend, you just want to put your feet up and you wonder why your marriage suffering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't know each other.
Listen, that's why I think.
I will say this though, even though we did the bakery thing, I will say my wife she has supported me on everything as far as everything that I wanted to do as far as music is concerned, and anything else I've decided I wanted to do for a period of time. She's always been there and always supported me. At that time, I didn't feel like I didn't know at that time that music could be a business, could be all this stuff.
Mhm.
So that's why I didn't pursue it as much. I didn't take it as serious, but my whole thing was whoever makes it first, whoever get there first, whatever gonna go stronger first, I'm all for it. It was never a big deal.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's that. I want to say this, and then we're gonna close up. This is why I'm so happy that God has put what He's put in my life, and that I'm able to do the things with my family the way I am. Like my kids are with me when it comes to the ministry. Like they're there.
I
You know
saw
what I'm saying?
that. When I didn't even know you, I
yeah.
saw that, and I was like, I think the mom is kids.
Yeah. So yeah. So they're
You know
with
what I'm
me.
saying?
Yeah, they're with me with the ministry. One thing I don't, and that's something different, but I just don't believe in the kids running over here, running over there, and you out ministering. You have to breed that into them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to put that into them so they understand. Like my kids see the homeless. They and ain't just homeless, but I'm talking about they see everything
Right.
when it comes to this ministry. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And they understand it and they're down with it. Like they really, like my kids be like, okay, what we got next? And they ready. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing. Like
That is a blessing, bro.
because usually your kid be trying to fight back and be like, man, I ain't trying to do this. I ain't trying. And I'll tell them, like, you gonna do it or you not gonna I guess I don't know how you gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? But not even that, like I don't have to like
convince them.
No. Like I remember when they was younger, they didn't want to do it because they just want to play video games or just want to go out and play and then da 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 da. But then they started to realize, oh dog, I could go over here and play with the kids here and da da da. So and then not even that, they start to see different that these kids are less fortunate or this or that or that. So I thank God, boy, that my kids are part of my ministry because
bro.
Man, and my wife is 100 on it. Like for real, to have that, and you think I'm gonna look back at anything else? No, like that's what I be trying to tell people. Like, look at when you're married, look at your pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? If you got more cons than pros, there's something wrong. You know, I'm being 100. Like, yeah, she get on your nerves. Yeah, sometimes she nag you. Okay, what else? Now ain't nothing but blanks. Now let's think about all the good stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, I got too many pros to even look at somebody else or to, to look somewhere else because, man, I will be. Listen, I feel like I won't even make it if or people will look at me and be like, "You the dumbest dude I ever seen in my life," because you got a wife that's just like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like,
I think one of the rappers, I think he say trade a dime for a penny.
Yeah.
You know that's a stupid decision.
That was a stupid decision. Stupid decision.
Stupid decision.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
And like if you got a wife or a husband or anyone that's willing to ride with you through thick and thin,
Yeah.
and they see through your garbage and your bull and your, and you better start thinking grass ain't green on the other side like they say it is, man.
It's full of manure.
Yeah,
That's
for
why
real.
it's green.
And then not even that, like you talking about years that you trying to groom another woman after years of grooming this one. She groomed you and made you what she needed you to be, and you groomed her. And now you telling me you throwing all that away to start over again. Heck no, that's too much headache and pain. Listen.
Stupid.
Yes. So listen, I need y'all to tell them where they can reach you at. Anything that you got up and coming or anything that you got coming up, go ahead and handle it.
You can reach me at Stephanie_Amaze on IG or Amaze Music on all platforms.
You can reach me at the official White Tribe on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and also Epic Aaron and Co on Instagram as well. Oh yeah, the website, theofficialwifetribe.com. All the information is there.
Cool. And you can reach me at on